Good morning, student. Today in theme 11, we will discuss our next topic is Japan. Japan is a string of islands. Already we discussed in our last video the four largest islands: Honshu, Kyushu, Shikoku, or Hokkaido. The Okinawa chain is the southernmost. These are the mountains which lie in the southernmost side of Japan. About the same latitude is the Bahamas. Bahamas also lies at the same altitude. Now here you see the map of Japan. The four islands are very clear in front of you in this map. Hokkaido, then the next one is Honshu, then Shikoku and Kyushu. More than 50% of the land area is of the main islands of mountainous area. It means the 50% of the land of Japan covered with the mountains. Japan is situated in a very active earthquake zone area. Mostly in every year we saw many earthquake in the Japan. These geographical features influence the architecture because the Japan lies in the earthquake zone area. So the architect of the buildings they design like in this way that no harm in the earthquakes, a light earthquakes, no harm is that one is also affected on these buildings. The population is largely Japanese. There are small Ainu minorities. People are also lived here. There are Koreans who were forcibly brought from Korea when Korea was a Japanese colony. So the Japanese Ainu and the Koreans people they lived in the Japan. Japan lacked the tradition of animal rearing. Uh, Earlier, the people they were also doing this type of the occupation, but now they were left this occupation. Rice is the staple food, staple crop. Fish is the major source of protein. They eat maximum the this one the main food of the Japanese rice and fish. Raw fish has become a widely popular dish around the world is as it is considered very healthy. So that the people of the Japanese they ate fish and rice. Now the political system about this we discuss in of the Japan. An emperor from Kyoto had ruled the Japan. But by the 12th century, the imperial court lost power to shoguns. So the ruler of the Japan that was captured by the shoguns. They ruled in the name of the emperor. Shoguns, the power were going in the hands of the shoguns, but the shoguns they were ruled on the name of the emperor. From 1603 to 1867, members of the Tokugawa family held the position of the shogun. Now here in this pyramid, you see that emperor was at the higher position. Then the shoguns. After shogun, there were the daimyo, then samurai, then farmers, then artisans, and the last peasants. So this one is the social structure. If we see in this pyramid, the whole power that was earlier that was in the hand of the emperor. After that, The power goes in the hand of the shoguns. Emperor was only for the name. Okay, and the rest one we discuss. Daimyo samurai. Okay, Tokugawa shogun, military leader of Japan during the Middle Ages. These Tokugawa shoguns, they were the military leader, okay, in the Middle Ages. Used to be a temporary title, but now became a permanent title. Earlier, they were used their title as temporary, but after that, they also adopt this title permanently. Emperor power declines. Already I told you that the emperor's power declines under this shoguns. Now the country was divided into over 250 domains, 250 parts under the rules of the feudal lords called the daimyo. The shogun exercised power over the dominal lords, ordering them to stay at the capital Edo, modern Tokyo, for a long period so that they would not pose a threat. The shogun also controlled the major cities and the mines. So again, we see the powers of the Japan goes in the hand of the shoguns. Here you see the major Sengoku daimyo, the Japan, how this Japan was divided. Tokugawa. Tokugawa means isolate. Shogun make decision to keep Japan isolated from the invaders. Samurai. Now, who were samurai? Samurai were the warrior class, were the ruling elite and served the shoguns and daimyo. These were the soldiers, if we see that. In the late 16th century, three changes laid the pattern of the future development. First, peasants were disarmed and only samurai could carry the swords. This ensured peace and order, ending frequent war of the previous year. Now the whole power, if we see that was going in the hand of the samurai, okay, military power. Then the daimyo were ordered to live in the capitals of the domains, with each with large degree of the autonomy. Daimyos, all the daimyos, they were lived in the capitals of the domains. Then thirdly, land survey identified owners and taxpayers. So the land owners were paid the taxes, graded land productivity to ensure a stable revenue. So revenue was also fixed or stable. Japan had large cities, Edo, Osaka, Kyoto, led to the growth of a commercial economy and vibrant culture. Increased use of money and creation of stock market led the economy in new ways. Now the period witnessed some social and cultural changes. Chinese influence was questioned and study of Japanese literature promoted. They now in this time also we see that the Japanese they use their own language, only the Japanese language, not the English or other languages, and they were also influenced from the Chinese. Japan was considered rich because it imported luxury goods like silk from China and textile from India. Japan paid these goods by gold, and it created disturbance in economy. Tokugawa put restriction in export of metals. Uh, so earlier they exchanged their goods from the gold, but Tokugawa restricted this. That now we are not giving the metals or gold for these goods. They also taken steps to start a silk industry in Nishijin in Tokyo to reduce the import. So the China, sorry, Japanese, they started their own silk industry in the Nishijin because they never want to import the things from the India or China. The silk from the Nishijin came to be known as the best in the world. It shows that economy developed in a new ways. So the economy was also developed in the Japan. Okay, student, thank you.